Voters registration resumes today after 1 week of COC filing. Registrants continue to flock to the Comelec registration sites despite some inconveniences. Presidential candidate Senator Bato de la Rosa admits he is willing to give way for Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte should she decide to run for president. However, the Comelec says this could lead to de la Rosa being labeled as a nuisance candidate. After 3 days, Malacanang congratulates Rappler CEO Maria Ressa, the first Filipina to receive the prestigious Nobel Peace Prize. Malacanang insists Ressa's achievement is no insult to the Duterte government. The Octa Research Group says the Philippines is winning its fight against the Delta COVID variant. The Health Department is also hopeful that restrictions will ease some more by Christmas. And a new Willy Wonka is in town. Timothée Chalamet drops a delicious first look of him as the famous candy maker. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Long lines greeted voter applicants after registration resumed today. Mon Gualvez with the story.
Quezon City residents lined up outside Comelec from late last night until dawn. This as Comelec resumes voter registration today. Some of them have been going back and forth to Comelec to register but failed to do so due to the limited number of applicants accommodated per day.
Kasi nung mga previous times na nagpunta kami dito para magpa-register, lagi kami naabutan ng cut-off. This is actually our fourth time na pumunta.
At around 7 a.m., the long lines of people extended around the Comelec office. Among those is Janet Ko, who even brought snacks in anticipation of long waiting hours.
Nakita ko na rin sa balita na ganun eh. Na-expect ko na rin na ganun. Kasi alam ko na mahaba ang pila para hindi kami magutom. Kasi kanina pa kami umaga. Wala pa almusal.
However, a commotion ensued as some residents were cutting in line.
Nakakainis talaga. Inis talaga ako. Kasi lalo na yung ganito na may mga nag-fix, di ba? Parang, paano ba uunlad yung Pilipinas kung ganito tayo?
But the Comelec denies that there are fixers within the agency. They explained that they only prioritize those who already have an online appointment, senior citizens, frontliners, and PWDs. Voter registration is open from Monday to Friday, starting 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Comelec expects an additional 300,000 to 350,000 new voters to register until the end of the month. However, some lamented the lack of slots for online appointments, just like Kali and June, who are on their third try to register.
Once mag-register ka po sa online, kahit po October 30, cut off na po.
Gasto sa pamasahe, mag-sit na muna ako kasi gusto ko po magpa-registro eh.
In an interview with Agenda, Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez said that voters can reactivate their registration online. Comelec is reminding those who are registering for the first time to bring complete requirements to avoid inconveniences. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
Malacanang has extended congratulations to Maria Ressa, the country's first Nobel laureate, 3 days after she received the award. In today's briefing, presidential spokesman Harry Roque said Ressa's historic win is a victory for the Filipina. However, he did note that the journalist still has pending criminal liability for alleged libel and tax violations. Roque also denied that Ressa's Nobel Prize win reflects negatively on the Duterte administration.
It is not a slap on the government. It was made by private individuals in Norway. We respect their decision. As everyone knows, no one has ever been censored in the Philippines.
Senator Bato de la Rosa has repeatedly said that he is willing to give way for Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte should she decide to go for the presidency. De La Rosa made a surprise bid for the presidency last week under PDP Laban. He told reporters today that he was instructed to file his candidacy just hours before the deadline last Friday. According to De La Rosa, the party deemed him capable of continuing the Duterte legacy. For its part, the PDP Laban camp says that while it was a sudden move to field De La Rosa, his name has always been on the table.
Unless may pagbabago, which is perfectly legal. It is provided for in our election laws na pwede magkakaroon ng switching, pwede magkakaroon ng withdrawal, pwede magkakaroon ng replacement. Then, walang problema. I'm open to that. Kahit na hindi ako sabihan, alam ko na. Alam ko na naman na pwede magkakaroon ng replacement. Kaya hintayin lang natin hanggang November 15.
However, this admission by Senator De La Rosa could possibly have him tagged as a nuisance candidate. Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez told Agenda that De La Rosa's intention to run for the country's top post is questionable, referring to Bato's admission that he is open to dropping out of the race to give way to Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte. Jimenez says the Comelec will have to take a closer look into the matter should the poll body receive a petition against De La Rosa.
Ang problema sa kanya, inaamin niya na okay lang sa kanyang ma-substitute siya. Because if you're saying na okay ka lang napalitan, di asan dun yung bona fide intention mo to actually throw your hat in the ring?
One political analyst is calling on the Comelec to review the screening process for party lists. This comes on the back of hundreds of applicants declaring their bid for a seat in Congress. Marian Enriquez with a report.
Hundreds of party lists filed their certificates of nomination and acceptance, or CONAs, for the 2022 polls. Among them is the Mothers for Change, or MOCA party list, whose first nominee is former PCOO Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson, followed by beauty queen and athlete Michelle Gumabao. They admit neither of them are mothers.
Ang MOCA Mothers for Change party list ang magiging takbuhan ng mga kababaihan na kahit walang asawa o anak, ngunit tumatayong ina sa kanilang mga tahanan.
Former Interior Secretary and Senator Joey Lina also filed his CONA for Ang Kumadrona party list representing midwives. Actress Nora Honor, meanwhile, is a nominee of the National Organization for Responsive Advocacies for the Arts, or NORA party list. Former MMDA spokesperson Celine Pialago also seeks to represent various groups under the Malasakit Movement party list.
We will push for standard benefits para po sa barangayan, sa mga kagawad, tanod, mga barangay health workers.
Under the Party List System Act, representatives belonging to the marginalized sectors are elected. Parties that receive at least 2% of the total votes shall be entitled to one seat, and those that obtain more than that are entitled to additional seats, up to 3 in total. By 2013, the Supreme Court declared that the groups need not represent any marginalized sector. For a political analyst, the move should be revisited since it is prone to abuse.
Ibahin yung paraan ng pagboto ng party list, pati yung pag-field nila ng members. Hindi ganun kadali para marehistro nila yung sarili nila bilang na lalaban sa party list.
The experts added that only those that would truly represent their sectors should be given a chance.
Tingnan mo kung nagmamatch yung background ng nominees doon sa supposed adikain ng political party. Tapos tingnan mo kung ang nominees ba ay kamag-anak lang ba ito ng politiko or dati ba itong traditional politician.
The Comelec tells Agenda that they are in the process of reviewing the applicants for the party lists.
Out of the more than 100 new applicants, we've already disqualified a significant number. So,
Okay,
pero
James.
under appeal pa lahat.
Comelec says they have already started to disqualify a significant number from the 270 party list applicants in last week's filing and are now subject for appeal. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar tells the National Police Force to remain apolitical on social media. He explains that posts favoring a candidate go against the PNP's nonpartisan stance. However, Eleazar is encouraging all cops to register and practice their right to vote in the upcoming elections. Octa's Professor Guido David says the country is now winning its fight against the COVID Delta variant as the nationwide COVID-19 reproduction rate drops to 0.7. David attributes the decline to the effective implementation of the alert level system in the NCR. Actor Timothy Chalamet revealed a first look at himself playing the young inventor and chocolate factory genius Willy Wonka. The 25-year-old actor will star in Wonka, the upcoming prequel to Roald Dahl's 1964 novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The film is set for release on March 17, 2023. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.
Nahuhuling nagpapabakuna pa kahit fully vaccinated na sa Cebu City. Kaya nagpaalala ang lokal na pamahalaan at ang regional